Hi, my name's Alicia Richardson. I'm a lead diversity, equity and inclusion consultant at Synced, a Future Heads brand, and I'm the founder of my very own network, Black Creates Connect. So the reason why we need to actively hire inclusively is because that allows for more candidates from different backgrounds, perspectives, experiences to actually enter the process and be given an equal opportunity to be hired in an organisation. So ultimately, if a business hires more diverse, then they're able to reach more customers, widen their service range, and then on top of that, when a business is diverse, that also opens more room for collaboration, more room for perspective, more room for you to actually be a more inclusive company culture altogether, because you're having much more opinions into what's taking place in the organisation. So those are some of the reasons that I'll give. Senior leadership buy-in. If the leadership team are not bought into your DEI strategy, don't forget about it, but start again. Because they need to be involved. Now you need to bring the leadership team on that journey with you. How you do that is when you're building the strategy, you get them involved in that conversation. You understand what their wider objectives are. How can you tie what they're doing into your DEI initiatives? A problem with companies is that they might do one DEI initiative, oh, it's not working. Do you know why you did it in the first place? Is it a part of a wider strategy? How are you measuring the impact? Those are some of the key things that I would advise for organisations to do to have a successful DEI strategy. Candidates, they don't always like to say straight away that they need adjustments, so it's something that needs to be embedded in the entire communication process. So that's from the first screening call to the email to the candidate communication document. At every process, just remind them, is there anything you need? And then when you jump on the interview, is there anything else that we can do? So ask, first of all, ensure that the website, the ATS that you're using, the system that you're using, make sure that there's different ways that candidates can apply. So I know Team Taylor's fantastic at that, because I know that you can apply in many different ways for candidates, which is so key. So that makes it accessible for candidates. For example, myself, I'm dyslexic, right? So I present much better via video. If there was more application processes that were done via video versus written, I would have had so many jobs by now. I've been probably rejected by every job that I've applied written. Doesn't mean I'm not capable, it means that the application process wasn't accessible enough for me to showcase my best self. So those are a couple of examples. There's so many, but those are a few. It's not about those long 2-hour sessions or the 3-hour sessions, half a day, where you just overload you with information, then you go away and continue doing what you was doing. What I work on with clients is longer term, bite-sized training sessions. So they could be 30 minutes every 2 weeks or once a month, however works good. That way employees don't feel like it's a large chunk of their schedule, and that way they're more receptive to the information and making sure it's practical. So actually, let's practice those conversations, right? Let's practice speaking to this type of candidate, that type of candidate. Let's give each other some live feedback. Let's use some real case studies. And when we come back together, let's talk about what's happened from last month to this month and how we've improved and applied what we've learned. That way people are encouraged by what we're teaching, and they feel like, actually, I'm learning something, and they feel more empowered. The problem is that a lot of individuals don't feel confident enough to carry out an inclusive hiring process. They need that confidence. So actually having those regular sessions is another way to also do affirmations, confidence boosting, positive, you're doing great, let's keep going, and that helps long term. So that's my style, and that's the type of training that I'd recommend.